Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another one of my course vlogs. Now, we're out here in beautiful Los Angeles County, and this is Angeles National Golf Club. The only Jack Nicklaus design in all of LA County. This is a really, really difficult golf course back here through the canyons and the dry riverbeds. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe down below. Love to have you back here week after week. And please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like it. We'll see you out there on number one. Here we go. Starting right off the back of the clubhouse is a beautiful little complex here. Number 1, number 10, 9 and 18. Everybody comes all together. You can get a nice bite at the turn, or maybe they'll even start you off on number 10. But if you do start here on number 1, a tight and narrowing fairway by that huge bunker on the left. Desert on the right is nowhere you want to be. As we approach these greens, you're going to see Jack Nicklaus's design come to life, as it's all about precision into these tiny little putting screens. Now it's a cold morning and we're starting off right at dawn out here, layers upon layers. A 2-iron off the tee while I still had it in the bag. The 5-wood wasn't quite there for me yet. And a long iron. This is a 6-iron into the green from just over 200 yards into this green. It was cold and the ball wasn't flying anywhere. A good 25 yards short and right of this green. It was short of the greenside bunker as well, but I was able to get a good club on it. Up and over the bunker there with the 60-degree wedge, up to 6 feet, and a makeable one here for par to start off the round. Very slippery greens out here at Angeles National, but they run very true. If you can find your line and match it with your speed, you'll see a lot of putts drop all day, but because of that, rolling into these greens is treacherous. You better be coming in with a lot of spin with your approach shots. This long par 5 second hole wraps around that fairway bunker on the right. It's about 310 yards to clear it from the tips. And as we come on around, the barranca on the left will serve as the primary hazard here as it necks on down between another fairway bunker on the right. It's really going to want to test your precision. Another one into this green. I know there's no rough around on this golf course, and that might be the most difficult thing. Big, severe bounces with your golf ball all day long. Now the wind was up this morning and it was right in our face. Just a flush driver right down the middle, went about 250 to 260 yards. Over 300 yards here, back into the breeze. This is a long 4-iron that I'm just trying to keep on the planet here. Into the breeze, we're keeping it low and keeping it on the fairway. This ran on down to about 130 yards, taking a pitching wedge. That's a club up, my 150 club. I'm hitting this full up into the wind, trying to get it all the way back to that hole location, and I planned it pretty darn nice. Just about 20 feet underneath the hole for birdie. This really is a gorgeous, gorgeous location, and I try to advise you to come out here early in the morning or late in the day, but the later you come, the more susceptible you will be to the breeze that just gusts right on through these canyons. A tough par 3 here, number 3, over 200 yards from the tips. It's going to be playing with the wind at our back this time. That's going to be a nice helping breeze. Now, I tried to get a 7-iron all the way there. That's my 190 club, and well, I was just late with this one. Straight into the trees on the right. I had a horrible lie here in the pine straw, and well, you just got to test your lie and hit a shot. Up and over the trees. I tried to keep this one on the green, but man, these greens are slick and hard. Big bounces on over the green. We're chipping again for 3. Trying to get up and down for 4, and we hit a terrible chip shot. Compounding errors is not what I like to see on the golf course, and when you can't make the putt to salvage it, you're staring a double bogey straight in the face. But now we got apparently the easiest hole here on the front 9, and it's still 430 yards of a par 4. A very tight one indeed. Between these few other holes here, you do have some room to miss if you air it out a little left or right. But if you play it right down the gut, man, it's a tough one. Left and right bunkers tightening up that driving location. And once we get in towards the green, a single pot bunker protects the front of it. And of course, that's right where the hole location is today. Now we've shed a layer and taken the driver out again, trying to hit it downwind, and I just flared it way off to the right-hand side and down onto the second fairway. Now this is another pitching wedge from the fairway here, about 150 yards into this hole location, and I flushed it. Another one of my playing partners here was just right next to me, and he got to show me the way right towards the flag. I left it 10 feet next to the hole and had no chance making that putt. Wide out to the right, just a tap in par, and we're on to number 5. We spin back around as this entire front 9, well, really the entire golf course just zigs and zags back and forth on itself here in this canyon. Some holes closer to one another, some are wider away, like there on the right-hand side. You don't want to miss right here on the 5th. It'll be down in the barranca, and you're probably not going to find your golf ball. Another very tight, precise driving hole here with the 5th, and it's playing back into the wind today. That little tree on the left is surprisingly just perfectly placed here on the golf hole, as it does block out a lot of shots into the green. Now this is a double cross. Now we got the two-way miss working today, and that's nothing you really want to be working with. You aim down the left and it goes left after going right all day long. Luckily I found the short grass again. I just keep missing in the correct locations. I guess it's an advantage of hitting it long. You can hit it long and way over on an adjacent fairway. Another one in tight, but I can't convert from 12 feet. These perfect greens, I'm rating them, man, but I just can't get them to drop. This putting is becoming one of my nemesis. Gotta start figuring this flat stick out. Now the third par 4 here in a row, number 6. It's a very dynamic set of 3 par 4s, and this one is very different than the first 2. A very difficult driving hole here, as the fairway runs out at close to 300 yards. So for people like me, my ball's going to be landing at 290. I don't like hitting driver here. We're going to have to throttle back with the 3-wood, but if you dare to take it all the way down the right, you'll have a lot shorter shot over this huge gaping barranca here. I mean, it's like a good 125 yards from every part of the fairway. So a 3-wood for me here off the tee, and it's the first 3-wood that I had hit all day. The first 3-wood I'd hit with my new 3-wood, and that was very, very touchy. Just a little left in the fairway bunker here, but I could see the flag. Got a pretty good angle on it here from the camera as well. And I just pushed this one a little bit off to the right-hand side of the green here. I got to get up and down from another dropped down chipping area. A lot of these greens are perched up from their surrounds, making approach shots and up and downs very, very tricky. Another 10-footer I couldn't get to convert, and it's going to be another bogey on the card. The 7th hole here in the second par 3 here on the front 9 is the shortest that I believe we're going to see all day. Only 176 yards to this front hole location. It was playing about 160 straight downwind. Nothing that a flushed 9-iron couldn't handle. Pin high, 10 feet again for birdie. It's gonna be a problem. I just want to see one of these putts drop. Come on, we can get one here on the par 5, right? The 8th hole here, it's shorter than most for par 5s. 530 yards should be gettable for me off the tee. As long as we can find the short grass and really find my golf ball off the tee, I could have a look at it. Now, the lake down here starts at about 325, 330 off the tee, so it's really not in play off the tee. It's purely a second shot lake here. Well off to the right with your approach, and you won't have to deal with it. You'll only have to deal with this kind of necklace of bunkers all the way around this green. It's a treacherous approach to a par 5. Finally was able to get a smooth swing on it and see it go right down our fairway, just down the left-hand side here. About 210 yards left to the front of the green, 225 all the way back to the stick. And that there was a flushed 5-iron, just barely back into this wind as it had finally started to die down this morning. And I'm pin high on the far right side of the green, playing down to the back left section, which is significantly lower. And down the hill, that was a tough lag putt. And I wish I moved the camera to show you just how close and tortuously missed that putt was. Just another one on the lip. I guess we could call it a comfy tap-in par. Darn it. Now we come to the 9th. The final hole here on the front 9 is the toughest of the lot. Nearly 500 yards from the tips. This has one of the wider fairways that we've seen all day, but that bunker is perfectly placed. About 290 yards right to it. If you're going to take driver out, you might just have to think about it. And as we come to the green, another approach over that barranca again. Only about 50 yards to clear here. The length of the hole is going to make your decision for you. Can you go for it? Or do you have to lay up on the par 4? Now, because of the way that my camera kind of zoomed in a little bit light there, I couldn't get a shot tracer on this one, but it just went down the left-hand side, flew over that bunker, and was right up on top of the hill on the left rough. A 9-iron here from 160 yards was flared way out to the right-hand side, and it was up on the hill, pin high. This back hole location was tucked back on this little tongue, and coming from this upper chipping location, this was a tough approach as well. None of these chip shots are easy. Whether you're way up or way down below, you're going to be tested all day long around these greens. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Later.